Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary, and in today's video I am going to be showing you how I made this little fairy cottage. You're going to need basically some scrap wood and popsicle sticks or craft sticks or whatever you prefer calling them, and yeah, so what you're going to need is you're going to need jumbo popsicle sticks. You're also going to need the standard popsicle stick, and I also have one extra large jumbo popsicle stick. So as you can see, the different sizes that I have here, you're going to need those. You're going to need I got some scrap wood here that I just got from some wood that my husband had laying around. I don't never throw wood out because I can always use it. So you're going to need some scrap wood. And you're going to need some shears or garden shears or scissors or whatever you have on hand to cut with. And you're going to need hot glue or either wood glue. And y'all already know this because I say it every time I'm making something with wood. I normally use wood glue, and I use wood glue for this. But for this video, I'm going to be using hot glue. The reason for that is because hot glue dries faster than wood glue, and I don't want the video to be extra long. Like, I don't want it to be an hour or 2 hours long just of y'all sitting here watching me make this. So to shorten the time down, I'm just going to use wood or hot glue. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn my camera down so y'all can see what I'm doing. So there we have it. And for the roof that you see here, I just went ahead and used the medium-sized jumbo popsicle sticks that I just cut the ends off. That's all I did, was just cut the ends off. And if you don't have shears, you can use scissors and you'll still get a clean cut, and I'll show you. So yes, you can use scissors. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and start putting it together. And there we go. I'm trying to get this. There we go. And try to work on wax paper if you're going to be using hot glue or wood glue. You want to use, you're going to want to work on some wax paper because it doesn't stick. So yeah. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the base of the cottage together, which is just 2 pieces of scrap wood. And we're going to go ahead and glue those. Take our hot glue and we're going to glue those together. And I'm just going to take my finger and wipe away any extra glue. And as it dries, it's going to peel right off. And this is what we have. Next, and you're going to set that up like this. And next, you're going to take your 2 smaller pieces of wood that you've already cut, which well, you didn't cut, but I pre-cut. And we're just going to glue these into place where we want them to be. So I'm just taking some hot glue and I'm going to stick mine right about here. And again, wipe away any extra glue. And to make sure that I got everything lined up, I'm going to go ahead and use a stick. And we're going to go ahead and put this one into place. So more hot glue. And we're just going to slide this down a little bit. Wipe away any extra glue. We're going to move the stick. And this is what you should have so far. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take our wood blocks. And I probably should take, okay, so I'm gonna have to pull these off, and I'm gonna take them down a little bit because I put them up a little bit high. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and peel off that, and I'm just peeling off the glue. It's very forgiving. It peels right off. That's what I like about hot glue, because when it dries, it peels just off. Just like rubber, it peels right off. And now I'm just going to peel this off because I'm going to be using these pieces again, and I don't want to put hot glue on top of the glue that's already on here. That's why I'm going to peel it off. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to place this here and see about how high I want this. So an easier way to do that would be to go ahead and put some hot glue on your blocks, like you see me doing here. Stick it here, just like that. Stick one here. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Just put some hot glue on there. And we're just going to bring that. And we're just going to stick that just like this. And we're going to pull away any extra glue. And of course I pulled it off too fast. I didn't give it time to dry. That's fine. I'm going to grab me another glue stick. Make sure I got everything lined up and matched. So we're just going to put some hot glue on here. And we're just going to go ahead and stick this on there. And this is what we're going to end up with. And we're going to do that again to this one. So we're going to make sure that we have our blocks lined up the same way. So they'll go like this. And I am going to go ahead and put some hot glue across. Just like that. And then we're just going to go ahead and stick this right on top. And we're just going to wipe away any extra glue. This is what we have. Now what we're going to do, we're going to take our wood pieces and we're going to measure out where we want them. And I'm just adjusting it and messing around with it to see where I want the wood pieces to be. So I'm going to go ahead, put a layer of hot glue across here. And we're going to put this back. And we're just going to hold it here for a little bit. And I'm just going to wipe some of that glue away. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And then we're just going to hold this here, wipe off any extra glue, and this is what we have so far. And now we're going to go ahead and put our little piece in that's going to go right here. So I have to grab me a piece of wood, and I am going to go ahead and take my scissors, and I'm just going to cut. And this wood that I'm using here is a softer wood than my popsicle sticks. That's why it's cutting so easy. And I'm going to measure. I'm going to stick this right here, and I'm going to, where did I do it with my pencil? So we're going to mark here and here. And I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Actually, let's see here. And I'm just going to cut a little more off. And I'm just, right now, I'm just making sure I got my ends cleaned up a little bit. And I'm just going to trim off a little bit more. As I mentioned before, I don't normally take measurements. I just go play around with it as I go. And you could measure if you want, but I don't. Unless I'm making something for a customer, then I do take measurements. All right. So this is what it's going to look like, and we're going to go ahead and put some hot glue on that and get it into place. And this is most likely gonna be a two-parter, because it's gonna take me a little bit of time to there we go. And now I'm just gonna go under the bottom, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue just to secure it. So I'm just putting a thin line of glue right there, and I'm going to do the same thing up here. And this is what we have so far. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put our roof on. And this is what we have. So we got another piece of wood, and we're just going to glue it on, and it's going to go just like this. And if you want to glue it at an angle, you could do that too. And I think I'm going to glue this one at an angle because I like the way it looks. So make sure you put a generous amount of glue right across the top. And then we're just going to go ahead and put this on at an angle, just like this. And we're just going to hold it here. And I'm just going to take my finger and wipe away any extra. And I'm going to continue to hold it just until it dries in place. And this is what we have. Now, like I mentioned, you don't have to have yours going at an angle if you don't want to. But, there we go. But once you do that, we're going to go ahead now and, I'm going to go ahead and put in the rails that we have here. And I have my little sticks here, and I'm just going to take this and set it here, and we're going to go this way. And I am going to cut, and I think I left my pencil under the house where I was working at. Okay, so we're going to hold this, and I'm going to use this pen, and we're just going to mark it right there. And I'm just going to take my shears, and we're just going to cut. And we're just going to make sure we got everything even and lined up. So this is what we have here. And I'm going to go ahead and before I cut, I'm just going to see if this will work on this side. Alright, I'm just going to trim off a little. There we go. And we're just going to stick this. I'm going to turn this here so I can see. Okay. Yeah, this way. Or should I? Yeah, we're going to do it this way. And that looks good to me. So we're going to go ahead and do another one. So I'm going to go ahead, cut this. I'm going to measure right there. And we're just going to cut. Stick this under here. Alright, gonna go ahead, add some hot glue. So there's that side that we have here. And we're going to go ahead and do, let's turn this up a little. We're going to go ahead and do the other side. I'm going to mark it. Going to go ahead and cut it. And we're going to stick it this way. And we're going to stick it like this. And I'm going to turn it around to make sure it's even. I'm going to go ahead and add some hot glue. And we're just going to go ahead and stick it into place. And this is what we have. Now we're going to go ahead and put in our little, let's turn it down a little. I'm gonna turn it this way, and we're gonna go ahead and I am going to just make a small cut at an angle. So I'm gonna angle this like that, and when you cut, you're gonna cut at an angle, so you're gonna get a clean sweep. And I'm gonna go ahead and use this as a reference, and we're gonna cut again. So we're just gonna cut it here. That way we get two that's the same size. So I'm going to use some hot glue here, and we're going to use a little bit here. And we're going to go ahead and stick that I'm going to grab some glue, put a dab there, and we're just going to go ahead and stick that right into place. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down on this side. And we're just going to put a little bit up right there. And this is the front. This is what we have so far. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put in our little sides that we have here. That you see, I'll set this one out the way. That you see here, we're going to go ahead and put that in. So those same jumbo popsicle sticks that I cut the ends off of, that I took and cut the ends off, we're going to be using just this part. And I'm just going to go ahead and give that a clean cut. I'm going to stick that there, and we're going to mark where I need to cut. So we'll set that out, and I'm going to go ahead and take my shears, and we're just going to cut. We're going to bring this back, and I'm just going to cut a little more. Alright, I'm just going to continue to cut. Now I'm just going to take some hot glue, and we're just going to put some on the ends here and on here, and then we're going to put some on the bottom. Then we're just going to go ahead and stick this into place. Okay, once again, and we're gonna do this 4 times. So we're just gonna take that, and we're gonna stick here. I'm gonna slide this back, and we're gonna wipe away any extra glue. And that's what that side looked like. And I'm going to do that again. So we got some glue here, here, and we're just going to put a thin layer across the bottom, and we're just going to stick that right on top, and we're just going to stick that right in here and let that dry. And there's one side that's done, and then we'll do this side. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and turn that around, and we're going to put that there, and I'm going to go ahead, once again, glue on both sides, in the middle, or on the bottom. Stick that there, and we're just going to pop that right in here. Clean away any extra glue. This is what we have here, and we're going to do that one more time. So we're just going to cut a little bit of this off. Just going to take off a little. Cut off the end just a little bit. And we're just going to pop this right down off in here. And now I am going to add a little bit of, I'm going to cut a little bit off. Now I'm going to add some glue. Alright, so we're going to plop that right down off in here, just like that. And we're just going to wipe away any extra glue. And there's the other side. So this is what we have so far. This is what we have. Just like this one. I'm going to set this to the side, and I'll just go ahead and do a little bit on this, a little more before I stop it here to move on to the next part. Before I stop it here, I'm just going to go ahead now and put my door in. So this is what I have, and I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors, and we're going to cut the door down to size. And if you're wondering what kind of wood I'm using, I do believe this particular brand of wood here is called balsa wood. I think that's how you pronounce it. I can't look at the label because I've already tore it up and threw it in the trash. So I'm just going to place this here so I'm just trying to get a good idea of where it's going to go. And now I'm just going to even it up a little bit. So let's move that out this way so y'all can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to clean up my edges. Without cutting too much off. And I'm not sure if I want to, give me a second. Okay. So I'm going to go with this type, another piece of wood, because I want my door to be thick. So I'm just taking this and I'm cutting it. And I'm just going to cut it up a little this way. Just like this. And now I'm going to stick this in here. And I'm going to cut it down just a little more. I'm just going to trim just a very little off. And this is what we have for our door. So this is where it's going to be. This is where our door is going to be. And I'm going to go ahead and secure that into place. So we're just going to put a little bit of glue here, 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 and here. And we're just going to go ahead. I'm just going to tilt this forward, backwards a little bit, I mean. And we're just going to stick that door right in place. So now we have our door stuck in place. Okay, I think for now, because I don't want this video to be extra long, because we still have quite a ways to go with this. But before I end this video and move on, and I'll do part 2 tomorrow. So basically what we're going to do, and I'll just go ahead and do a little bit of this on camera so y'all can see. Well, you've seen me take my popsicle stick, my large medium-sized popsicle stick, and I basically just cut the ends off. And all you're going to do is you're going to take some hot glue, put it on the back, and you're just going to place your shingles, that's what they are in my opinion, and you're just going to go ahead and you're just going to put a layer of glue on. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a layer across. And that's what you're going to do. You're basically just going to go ahead and take your sticks, and you're going to line them up all the way, and then you're going to move on to your next part, which you're going to just line them up just like this. So basically what you're doing is you're starting to roll across, and then you're just going to continue to take your next layer and put it on top of this, and you're going to build. You're going to work your way up. And like I said, we'll come to that. I'll do that part of the video tomorrow. So I'm going to entitle this one Fairy Cottage Part 1. And I will get Part 2 posted tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera back up so y'all can see me. So as I was saying, this is where we got today, and I'm going to go ahead and end this here with part 1. And tomorrow when we come back, we'll go ahead and put in, and I'll probably have some of this done off camera so this don't turn into a part 3. So we're going to go ahead tomorrow when we come back to this video. We'll be putting everything else together. Like, we'll be taking our popsicle sticks, and what we'll do is, I'm just going to set this here. We'll take our popsicle sticks, our standard popsicle sticks that we have here, and what we'll do, we'll just go ahead, cut the ends off, and we'll cut the end. I'm going to turn my camera back down real quick. We'll cut the end off, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll mark, we'll cut, and we'll glue. So, and we'll stick this into place just like this. So this is what we'll do tomorrow. And like I said, I'll have some of this already done. So we'll be covering this part of wood with popsicle sticks. That's what we're going to do in tomorrow's video. So as I mentioned before, there will be a part 2 to this video. Like I said, I didn't want to do it all in one take because this took me 2 days. So to sit here and do this whole thing on camera, this would probably take me about 2.5, maybe 3 hours. And I don't want the video to be that long because nobody wants to watch a video that's 3 hours long. So, yeah, with that being said, we'll come back tomorrow and we'll make this one look like this one. So, yeah, part 2 is coming tomorrow. Please continue to stay with me until we get it all finished. So, yeah, like I said, as always, if y'all want to see me do any other type of video, please let me know in the comment box below. And if you want to ask me some questions, you can do so in the comment box below or on my Instagram or my Facebook. So, yeah, with that being said, I hope y'all have a nice day, and please continue to wait for tomorrow because tomorrow we will be finishing this up. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.